And right here, we have Dr. Joybert, who is a business analyst, an agile coach, a service scrum master, LinkedIn top voice, and one of the highly sought after speakers from Cameroon, but currently in the US, guys. And as we speak, he has coached, trained, and mentored, hundreds to thousands of people across the globe. And it was so difficult to be able to secure a spot with him on this event. But when I reached out to him, I told him, I said, Doc, there are people who are definitely hungry in my network. And I know the value that you bring to different communities. And we would be so blessed to leverage from your wealth of knowledge. And would it be possible for you to make out time, to be able to share with this community, right? It's true, the community that I've worked closely with, but then over some time, I thought it wise that it would be great to have you on board. It would be great to equally have you share your wealth of knowledge, to be able to share your experience with them. And he said, why not? Definitely. Doc, if you can hear me, the mic is yours, sir.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, please. We can hear you.
Awesome. Good. How is everybody doing? If you're doing great, you're doing amazing, can you go ahead in the chat box and type your favorite word that describes you? Go ahead in the chat box, type your favorite word that describes you. Go ahead. For many of you know me as Mr. Remarkable. Because I use that word a lot. When you do something so nice, I will say remarkable. So they started calling me Mr. Remarkable. So I see wonderful, I see blessed, I see excited, I see hamper. I've never heard of that. I see amazing. Yes, go ahead. Good. I see a lot of amazing people right here and now. Good to see everybody. All right. So I hope that in the next couple of minutes, you will definitely have an amazing time here that will, transform you and empower you to another level. And I know that in the previous people that have led any sessions, they have definitely contributed massively to the body of knowledge that you already have inside of you. So I have been invited to talk about LinkedIn as a platform, but anytime I am talking about LinkedIn, I like to emphasize on certain concepts before I talk about the platform itself. And I always like to say that if you see anybody doing better than you in any field that you are, in any industry that you are, there are certain things that they know better than you. Let me say that again. And it depends on what industry you are in. And this is one of the things I always emphasize, that if you are a young person, or even at whatever age you are right now, I don't know the age group in this community at the moment, but if you are 30 and below, you are 40 and below, one of the most important things that I always encourage people to decide upon and to be clear when it comes to what they want to do should be the industry where they want to play in. What kind of industry do you want to be a player in? What kind of industry do you want to be a recognized industry captain? What kind of industry do you want to become the best that there is in that particular industry? Many people end up not becoming very successful and very impactful because they end up to be everywhere and yet there are nowhere. You get that concept? Even on LinkedIn, it would be difficult for you to make the best out of LinkedIn if you don't understand the kind of industry that you want to play in and how you can leverage on that platform to advance in that particular industry. So I always say that if you see anybody making it big in your industry, whether it's tech, human capital development, agriculture, healthcare, whatever industry that you are in, if you see anybody doing better than you in that industry, there are certain things that they know and they have access to more than what you have. And I'll talk about three main things, and then we go back to the LinkedIn platform. Number one is people. People. When you see somebody doing exceptionally well in their industry, one of the things that they have access to that you don't have access to is people. If you want to increase opportunities into your life, if you want to increase more money into your life, if you want to increase more career changing opportunities into your life, one of the things that you have to increase is the quality of people that are coming into your life. You will never find opportunities lying on the street. You will never find opportunities sitting on a chair waiting for you. Opportunities are planted in people, and when you get access to people, you can get access to the opportunities. And that's one thing the LinkedIn platform will give you. Number two, when you see somebody doing exceptionally better than you, the second thing that they have access to is strategic information. Information is one of the most powerful things on earth. Let me tell you something. Many of you are here right now because you had access to this information. If you did not have access to this information, you will not be here right now. And you will not have access to life-changing information and career-changing information like what you are experiencing right now. You get the concept? And going back to people, there are many people in different countries that would like to have me speak at the event, and they don't know how to reach out to me. But Dr. Samba has my WhatsApp number. We are friends. He wanted to text, hey, I'm having this event on this day and this time. Are you available? And I said, yes. He didn't pay me any amount of money. But I get to charge sometimes 2 million francs to speak for 1 hour in different countries. $5,000 to speak for 1 hour in different countries. The only reason we are here at no cost is because he has access to me as a friend. You get a difference. And then information. The third thing I want to talk about, if you see anybody doing better than you in any industry, one thing they have access to is platforms. Anybody who has more platforms than you to stand upon will always be more successful than you. If you're a Christian and you can fast and pray for 200 years, and you don't have a platform, you will go nowhere. And if you are a godly person and you're somebody who studies the Bible, you will notice that when God wants to change somebody's life, the first thing he gives that person is a platform. The more platforms you can have access to, the more success you are going to experience. For example, let's talk about a TV channel is a platform. There are many people that their lives changed when they were interviewed on a particular TV channel. And more people discovered. Facebook is a platform. LinkedIn, we're going to talk about, is a platform. So if you are going to grow in life, you're going to grow in your career, in your business, you need to think deeper when it comes to people, strategic information, and platforms. If these three things are missing in your life, you will always live hand to mouth, or you will end up being very broke, even though you are talented. There are many talented poor people. There are many talented struggling people. There are many people that they command what they call academic intelligence, but their academic intelligence does not reflect the quality of their impact in the society and does not reflect to the quality of money that is in their bank account. You understand? Anytime I talk anyway, I always talk about two things: impact and money. I don't believe in you being impactful and being broke. You're not going to help somebody when you're poor. I don't believe in being rich and you cannot change the lives of people. I always combine the two. Impact and money goes together. If you have only one, you're suffering. You're going to suffer more and more and more and more and more. You get this? So the LinkedIn platform is one of those platforms that is unique. It can give you access to people, strategic information, and of course, platforms to stand upon. I have had the privilege to travel 20 plus countries. And in all of these countries, I have, let me say it this way, in all of these countries I have gone to, majority of the people have seen me on different platforms and have invited me. And most of them on LinkedIn. They will just see me posting something on LinkedIn. They were talking. In short, I have an invitation right now pending in Canada because of a post I made on LinkedIn 3 days ago. And they say, oh, I read this post about you, and we have this event in Canada. Would you like to come? That platform gave me access to a people. You see? So many times people have asked me, what's the difference between other social media platforms and LinkedIn? One of the major differences is that LinkedIn is created to professionally advance people. It's a professional social media platform. I always say Facebook is a platform, but it's good for smaller communities. It's good for, that's why if you look at half of your friends on Facebook, there'll be people like schoolmates, former schoolmates, church brothers and sisters, village people around you, people, your neighbors, all of that. So it's if you want to be a local champion, be on Facebook. If you want to be an international champion, you need to play on LinkedIn. You get the difference? Yes. So LinkedIn is more professionally driven, and LinkedIn is connection on LinkedIn is based mostly on the concept of what professional value can you bring to the table. So on LinkedIn, there are people that have invited me to come speak in their event, and they know me from nowhere. They don't care whether I'm a Christian. They don't care whether I'm from a village. They don't care which country I come from. They're like, oh, can you speak on this topic? Yes. We have an event on this date. We're paying your flight ticket, your hotel bills. Come and speak. And this is how much we're paying you. They don't care about my background. They have no idea who I am. But what they're concerned about is professional value. That's the major difference. But on Facebook, you must see that they are your friends in the quarter, in the community, in church, schoolmates, secondary school, university, and all of that. But if you are serious about your professional growth, if you are serious about your professional advancement, then you need to take LinkedIn very, very serious. Very, very serious. Now, you know, many times people don't know whether I saw when Dr. Samba was doing the flyer, he put American flag. I am not based in America, just that I come to America a lot. And I have a lot of connections in America because of LinkedIn, really. So the possibility is that I get to travel a lot and I can do 6 months. I'm not in Cameroon, but I have a house in Cameroon, I live in Cameroon, right? But because of more people that you know, as I said, opportunities are planted in people. I was talking to a group of young people and said, look, one of your fastest ways that you can leave your community and leave your country to an international scene, one of the fastest ways is through your LinkedIn platform. Okay? Right, let's get to the practical session and then we can get questions. Now, if you don't have a LinkedIn account, indicate in the chat box, let me see. If you don't have a LinkedIn account, just type me. You don't have a LinkedIn account, indicate in the chat box. If you have and you have not been using, type not using. I want to understand the community that I'm leading the session with, so I will know how to present the platform. If you don't have an account, type don't have. If you have and you have not been using, type not using. If you are currently active on LinkedIn, active means you go to the platform at least once a day and you even post or you read articles and all of that. Write active. Okay, so I've seen don't have, I have seen not using. Okay, I've seen active. All right, good. So we'll try to be as comprehensive and as liberal as much as possible so that we can carry everybody along. But again, the truth I always say is if you can actually use Facebook, you can actually use LinkedIn. The major difference with LinkedIn is that it's not for village people. It is purely professional, very professional. So you see the way people talk on LinkedIn, the way they comment on LinkedIn, the kind of articles they post is purely professionally value driven. That's the major difference. All right, good. Let's get on LinkedIn. Let me share my screen. All right. Okay. So this is basically the welcome page that you will see when you get on LinkedIn. If you are signed in, you already have an account and you're signing into your account, this is the professional page that you will see. And the kind of post appearing here will depend on who you're following. Whoever you're following and whoever you're friends with will determine what will appear here. So you may not see the same thing here, but something similar here. Now, but let's get into the nitty-gritties of the whole stuff. Something that if you are going to succeed on LinkedIn, you need to get right is your account. Your account is very important. How you set up your account is the foundation of LinkedIn. No matter what you desire to get from LinkedIn, if you don't have the right account set up, you are definitely going to struggle taking out the best from LinkedIn. As I said, LinkedIn is purely a professional social networking site. So it means that if you want professional advancement, you need to be on LinkedIn. As simple as that, right? Now, somebody like me, actually, I play a lot on LinkedIn depending on where I am. So sometime when I see that I'll be in this particular country for this number of time, I will increase my LinkedIn and focus on that country so that I can get access to more invitations and opportunities and all of that. So sometimes, so those who have been following me in the last time and all of that, if I'm back in Africa, I'm in the Middle East, in Dubai, or depending on where I am and how long I'm spending time there, because again, remember, LinkedIn is an opportunity-driven platform. People rush to you based on the value that they can get from you. So the more you are able to leverage on it, and based on what you can do and what you can professionally contribute either to a company, to an individual, to a community, to a nation, or whatever that you do, you can begin to tell her as far as that particular concept is concerned. So the first important thing that matters on LinkedIn is your profile picture. Your profile picture is very important on LinkedIn. And after a couple of research and all of that, people have agreed that the best profile picture should either have a white background or a gray background or kind of a blue-black background. Those are backgrounds that get to be recognized as professional backgrounds per se. And the second research that was conducted about this, as far as LinkedIn is concerned, is that a good profile picture on LinkedIn should clearly show your face. Somebody should look at you and they should see your eyes, they should see your nose, and they should see your mouth. That is one of the things that they discovered as far as that is concerned. So sometimes when you look at people that are very professional and who understand LinkedIn, you see similarities in their profile picture. You see like this lady, You see, focus on the majority. This lady doesn't have a gray, white, or all of that, but her profile is good. Look at her face, the structure of her face. Look at this. This doctor here, the same thing. Look at this gentleman here, all of that. So you will see a lot of similarities when it comes to your profile picture. So it is very important. And also, you can see have a profile picture that can focus on demonstrating the work that you do. For example, if you are a medical doctor or you are a nurse, you can wear a lab coat or whatever and still get a picture that shows that this is who you are. But let that face really be real. The second thing about it is your cover page, this one. And this cover page is not really too important, they say, but it sells you faster. So that because people always, when somebody sees you, they always come to your profile like this. And when they click, the first thing that they see will either show whether it is you are somebody worth negotiating with or having a deal with or talking with, right? But it is possible that when you open other people, I actually don't know this lady, but we spoke in an event one time. So that's why she's appearing. They're actually connected with her. So you see, she's not having a designed cover page like me, but she's having what they call action-oriented cover page. But that cover page is depicting the work that she does because her profile says that she's in workforce development. So team building strategies and all of that. So it shows that she's a speaker, she's a coach, she's a facilitator and all of that. And the cover page sells her that way. That's the concept of the cover page. Let the cover page effortlessly communicate what you say that you do. Let the cover page effortlessly communicate what you say that you do. So if you don't have the time or the skills or the money to pay for somebody to do this for you, you can focus on doing this. Just get a picture that represents the work that you do and you put on your cover page. These things are very important. If you get these things wrong, you would never dig out the best from LinkedIn as a professional. Okay? So when you get that, you get this, the next important thing that you need to get right is this. I'm not bothering talking about your name and all of that because you should definitely type your name as they appear in your professional documents. Please don't do what people do on Facebook and Instagram here. On LinkedIn, if your names appear, if you have 3 names in your professional documents, it is better to have your 3 names. Or you can abbreviate one, but let it be in order as they appear in your professional documents. It's very important because it is part of, there's something that professionals do when they're searching for you on LinkedIn. They like to do their due diligence and integrity check and all of that. If they come on LinkedIn and they see something different and they get your official documents and they see something different, to them, especially white people, to them it's awkward. It shows that to them they believe that whatever is in your official documents should be the same thing that they should find on their LinkedIn profile. It should be the same thing. I have a friend who lost a very good job because his CV was totally different from what was on his LinkedIn profile. That's how important it is. Okay, so make sure you do that, and you will see some people, if you have a doctorate degree, you have an MBA, whatever, you can add just to balance up. That one is optional depending on how you want to sell yourself. Again, it depends on where you are and what you're looking at achieving. Sometimes, for those who are following me on LinkedIn, sometimes you will notice that I'll put doctor in front of my name. Sometimes it's not there. It depends on which country I am or what I'm doing that particular season or the kind of opportunities I'm looking for and all of that, right? Because if you can be dynamic And there are no lies. That's the worst thing you can do on LinkedIn. Tell lies of what you're not. But if you can be dynamic, depending on what opportunities that you need for that season, and that is who you are, is part of the social media game. So you can do that. So you see some people will have doctor before their name, some will have PhD at the end, some will have MBA, some will have CPA, CCM, whatever. Any professional qualification that you have that is a plus to your industry, you can add. Again, we are here from different industries, right? From there, the next important thing that you must get right, which to me is among the top. I think I always say that after you get your cover picture and profile picture right, the second important thing you have to get right is this. Is this short bio that shows what you do. These are those keywords that if somebody reads, they will see that, oh, this is what this person can do in the business. These are the skill sets that this person possesses in the business. This is who this person is if I am working with this person. So this is not where you come to write grammar and all of that. No, this is where you come to write what you can do or the positions that you can fill. Many people get this wrong. So it makes people to lose opportunities because people don't get to, because if somebody is searching, and I'm going to show you how that works. There's a way that people search on LinkedIn. And when they search and you have the right keywords on your bio, that's how they come to you and begin to propose offers to you and opportunities to you. It becomes very easy. So here, and yours must not be many or this and all of that. It must just put what you know that you can do exceptionally well. Now, let me get somebody who is a friend and use him. So let me take Dr. Francis. You see the way he is. It says enterprise agile coach, agile transformation expert, safe practice consultant, agile coach, change management, agile trainer, safe trainer, author, keynote speaker, Christ follower. You see, all he's doing is telling you the things that he can do and he is doing. So this one is very important, especially if you are the kind of person that you are looking for opportunities that can move you from one level to another. So you need to put those top things that you can do in your bio, because this is where companies have these people that they call them recruiters, they call them hiring managers and all of these people. Their job is to search for people who are talented so they can recruit them or hire them for a project, for an event, or for a job position in the company. Now, when you get that right, the next most important thing that you have to get right on LinkedIn is this about. Now, the relationship that exists between this short bio and the about is that when your bio is good, when this short bio is good and attractive, and anybody who is serious now comes here and read in detail what you are truly capable of. So in this about, this is where you brag about yourself professionally. This is where you truly brand yourself professionally. This is where you demonstrate your capabilities in a way that when somebody reads what you have done or what you can do, They can now decide and send you an email, or they can decide and send you a message on LinkedIn to talk more with you and provide the opportunity or the offer or whatever they have in mind. So here, this is actually a service that many people provide. There was a time, I think I ended this like 2 years ago. I used to charge 50,000 francs Cameroon money just to write this about. And people that know used to pay for it. Because if somebody reads you about and it's really good, they would definitely like to do business with you. They would like to work with you. They would like to talk with you. They would like to see if you are interested in the offer that they have. You see, LinkedIn is that kind of platform where you sit, you're always getting offers every day if you have a good profile. That's a beautiful thing about LinkedIn, because it is a platform that global companies, national companies, and whoever, they know that if they really want to get good talent, they should be on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn minimizes the issue of receiving 1,000 CVs. So people prefer to come on LinkedIn, search for you, and if you meet their criteria, they read about you, and they send a message if you're interested, or an email, and you guys start the discussion from there. That's the difference, right? So the next thing that you do is you write your experiences. This is nothing too, how do I say? This is nothing too difficult, because you are just writing what you've done. What have you done and where have you done it? What was your position, right? Then you put your education. Where have you had your education and all of that? It could be your first degree, your master's degree, your doctorate degree if you have one, and any other certifications, not certifications, any other education program that you have gone through, you put under education. Now, LinkedIn has a place for licenses and certifications. This is where you do specialized programs where you are given a license or a specialized certifications, right? It could be like me, I've done a couple of certifications with LinkedIn on different topics. You do that, they issue it to you, you add it on your licenses and certification, because these things contribute to the quality of your profile and how LinkedIn propose your profile when people search for you. Not necessarily because you have done their program, but because when you have more licenses and more certifications, the LinkedIn algorithms recognizes that you are a top professional. So they now recommend you. For example, when you are using paid LinkedIn, this is the free LinkedIn. When you are using the paid LinkedIn profile, one thing that paid LinkedIn will do to you is that if there is an opportunity, let's say a job opportunity at the World Bank or anywhere, or somebody has published an opportunity, LinkedIn has this algorithm or this high technology that analyzes your profile and analyzes the opportunity, and then tells you, based on your profile, based on your experience, education, and certifications and skill set, you are among the top 1% for this job. Actually, LinkedIn now tell you the kinds of job and opportunities to apply because of your profile. But you only get that when you're doing the paid LinkedIn. And the paid LinkedIn also benefit recruiters and those who are looking for you. Because when recruiters are looking for people, LinkedIn now also recommend you to them. Oh, there is this professional here and here who is among the top 1% in the talent that you're looking for. So you should check him out. You get a difference. So if you get certifications, you add them here, there'll be a plus. Again, you must not have many if you want. I just like to study. I'm a consultant, I'm a coach, I'm an analyst, I am a speaker. So I like to do programs a lot and read a lot just so that I can serve my clients better. So you must not have many like this. After licenses and certifications, the next thing that you can add are your projects. They are very important. Projects that you have completed, they're very important to add, because it moves you from being a theoretical person to being a practical person. There are people that would offer me consulting contracts because of the projects I have on LinkedIn. For those who are university students or university graduates and are just fresh from school, I always recommend put your end of program projects here. Put your HND project, first degree project, MBA thesis or master's thesis here. It's your body of work. It's what you have spent sleepless nights to develop. You created it. And it makes people to see how valuable you can be to the team because you have created something like that. Okay, you can add that there for your good. Volunteering is good. You can add your volunteering where you volunteer for free, all of that. Organizations love that. The next most important thing that you need to get done right is your skills. Like I was saying earlier, and I'll show you how that search works. You need to come under skills and begin. I have added all my 50 skills, so I can no longer really add. But scroll down to skills and you see an add something like this, a plus button where you can add your skills. Skills are the things that you know that you can do very well. For example, design thinking is a skill. It's one of the thinking processes that you use to create products for customers, right? So if you know that you're good at design thinking, you add it there. Why is it important? Because many a times people who go on LinkedIn and type, they can type business consultant with design thinking skills. They will do that. You see, so if you are good at certain top skills in your industry, you can add them here. Come here, you add them and all of that. So it depends on your skills. My job primarily a lot is in consulting, analysis, and coaching and all of that. So you see skills here that are focusing just on that area. But if you're in agriculture, you're in tech, you're in all of that, you need to identify what are the top skills in your industry and which skills do you have from those top skills, and then you add them here. And one good thing about this is what is called skills gap analysis. Skills gap analysis will help you to understand top skills in your industry and the ones you don't have, and you can start taking courses. That's one good thing with paid LinkedIn. Paid LinkedIn gives you access to a lot of courses for free when you're using the paid LinkedIn. Most of these courses that I've done on LinkedIn, I did paid LinkedIn just for about 3 months, and the purpose was for me to take a lot of online courses. They have some of the best courses in the world on LinkedIn. You see, so you can do that. Then you come here and you add your skills. What are the top skills? Skills, not theoretical stuff, things that you can actually do. If somebody comes, oh, Javed can do root cause analysis, fine, let us hire him. Our company has a couple of problems and we need somebody with root cause analysis skills to solve this problem. Then they now hire me as a consultant to come and do it. Right? It's very important. Project tracking, retrospective, business requirements, these are all different skills, and you can do that. So these are the things that you have to get right. Recommendations are where you invite people to write recommendations for you. They're very important. You can have people that can write recommendations for you, be good. This recommendation was written to me by Honorary Consul of Malawi to the State of Israel. He wrote we did a project together. I was working one project, he was there and he liked it. This is a top diplomat, and he wrote that. So different people, I have never really invited people to write recommendations, but it's very important. The more recommendations you have written by other people about you, the more your profile also becomes more powerful. It's just that I have not dedicated a lot of time on it. Another part is publications. Here you can add if you have done books, if you have done you can put your papers here, articles, you can put them here. People can read if they have to, but just add it for your profile. Awards, there's a place for awards. You can add your awards here. If you have won awards in school, out of school, professional awards, wherever, you add it, all of that. Again, the aim, these things are there. If anything that you see that LinkedIn has put there is important, if you can make good use of it, do. It's going to help you. Organizations are where you belong. If you belong in professional organizations, you can add them here. If you belong in doctor associations, you can add them here. If you belong in Software Developer Association of Africa, you add it here. If you belong wherever you belong, you add it here. And I've not added again. You know, you never get your. I've been on LinkedIn since 2009, but to date, I have not completely edited my LinkedIn profile to the best of the best according to LinkedIn standard, right? So it's not something that you do overnight. But if you every day you have the time, you can keep on upgrading, keep on perfecting it as much as you can. But there are things like the most important things I have shown you. I feel that with the kind of success I have had on LinkedIn, these things have greatly helped me to do that. Now, let me take you now to show you proof of why the things I have shown you are important. Now, when we come here, one thing I didn't talk about, which is important because you see post impressions. If you're on LinkedIn and you want to gain attention on LinkedIn, one thing you must be good at is creating content. And LinkedIn is the worst place to create any type of content. The best content that will make you stand out on LinkedIn is content that relates to your profession, to your industry. You cannot just post any kind of thing on LinkedIn. No. If your profile said you are a business analyst, then content that you should post should revolve around business analysis. If your profile says that you're a consultant, you're a business developer, the content that you should post should revolve around that. Because if your profile says you are this and you're instead posting things about agriculture, you're confusing the LinkedIn algorithms. And you're confusing people who are going to follow you because they will read your post. This post sounds very intelligent. Go and read further. Let me put this man's profile and see who he is, really. Maybe I can work with this guy someday. That's how people reason. So that's why I started by saying earlier, one of the best things that you can do as a professional is to pick an industry where you desire to be recognized as a professional and begin to grow in that industry. And one thing that makes anybody a professional is the quality of knowledge that they share in that industry. And here's one trick I always give people. Many a times, if you are not a good writer, you can decide to share other people's write-ups. But don't take credit for it. If you share with their names, share with the same thing that they shared, you can just click share and share. The point is also be the person that, you're feeding LinkedIn with some content. Because LinkedIn likes people that share content. That's the point. Right? So you are seeing this post impression. It means that 22,000 people, saw my post or came across my post in the last couple of days, all of that. But the main thing I want to show you is this. It's this and this. Profile viewers and search appearances. So according to LinkedIn, in the last 90 days, 1,200 people have viewed my profile. Like I was just telling you guys that 3 days ago, I received an invitation to go speak in Canada, in maybe Ontario or Toronto again, because somebody read a post that I posted about 5 days ago. And I was telling you guys the relationship. Here's what happens. When somebody read a post that you post, the next thing they do is they come and click on your profile. Let's say this is the person's homepage. This is the person's homepage. And they stumble on your post like this. The next immediate thing they do is they will come and click on your name. So anytime somebody reads a post or anytime they do a search and they like what they see, what happens is they'll come and click. So what are they looking for? They're clicking to read more about who is this guy, what does he do, and when they read that, they come down here under about and they read in detail about. If they're interested and they love what they read, what happens is they will get my email and send me an email, or they will go to message and send me a message. So that is why you're seeing 1,238 profile views in the last 90 days. Let me ask you a question. If you have a good profile, you have good stuffs and all of that, do you think that out of 1,200 people who read my profile, nobody will enter my inbox and offer me something? It's impossible. Except that village people are after their destiny, right? That's the power of it. That's the power of it. So I always have invitations. I always have job. I've had, like in Cameroon, I've had job offers from different. Look at people working MTN. Search my profile in the last 90 days, and I've had job offers from MTN, UBA, all these top companies that I'm not interested in. But you see, they'll give you these details. They are blocking this because I can only this special benefit is only available to how do they call it again? To the paid LinkedIn. When you have the paid LinkedIn, now you can now see in details who is the person that searched. So what happens is, if you're a serious person, like for example, when I'm looking at this, if I see a particular big company around the world that the searcher worked there and you search me and I admire that company, I'll now be the one who reach out inbox to you. Hey, I noticed that you search my profile. Is there a project we can work on? Is there anything? You just start a discussion and see why they were searching for you. But many a time when they search, they will reach back to you if they need you. But sometimes when you do a follow-up after the search, they will see that you're a proactive person, you're a serious person, and you know what you're doing. You see, this is where another advantage of having the paid LinkedIn come in. You will know who searched you, where they work in detail, and what they do, and you can decide to reach out to them. You see, so that is the power of having. But you can only have this if you have a good profile. The more good profile you have, the more people can give you opportunities after reading about you. The second thing that is important about your profile is your search appearances. You will only appear on search appearances if you also have a good profile. And the good thing about the good profile I spoke about is keywords. You must have keywords. Keywords in your profile. Keywords are those major words that are popular in your industry. You see, so search appearances between November 28th and December 5th. So they will still send results for the Western, I think, after 7 days and all of that. So this is search appearances between November 28th and December 5th. This is December 9th. So the one for this week is still going to come up. So here you can begin to see that the people that search me, they use these keywords. They were looking out for business analyst, associate, requirements manager, construction project coordinator, regional project manager, and all of that. So these are the key titles that they found me in. When you come under here, you will now see that top companies where the searchers work. See, these are global companies, the Dow, McKinsey and Company. Maybe they want to recruit a consultant in one of their partners' office. I don't know. You see, somebody who works in Google, search for me, Canada Revenue Agency. You see, that's why sometimes you just see that I see invitations from different countries around the world coming, because you never know where they're searching for you. You just see somebody from a top company in New York, in Chicago, in Washington, in Paris, in London. They will just send you an email. That's why I spoke about when I started earlier, and I said, if you are going to go places, you need to understand how to get access to people, strategic information, and platforms. Anybody who is doing better than you in any industry knows how to use these three things better than you. And one good thing about LinkedIn is, if you spend time to know more about, and LinkedIn is very simple, it's just dedication. It's just that people run away from LinkedIn because it's too professional And the way people communicate is too high profile communication. People create content that is highly profile. People now begin to wonder, oh, how will I cope? Your job is to grow. Your job is not to compete with other people. You see, you look at that, and if I was having the paid profile now, I would have seen, who one person who works at Google search for me, who is that? And if I'm serious and really want that relationship and that opportunity, I will now send the person a message. Oh, I noticed you search for me and all of that. Is there something you want us to talk about? And sometimes those discussions always lead to something relevant and something powerful. Okay, so this is it. These are the core things that if you are going to get successful on LinkedIn, you need to get them. If you get these things I've shared with you right, every other thing will start falling into place. Okay, right. I would like to get questions and then we are good to go. I have over-exhausted my time, but I was trying my best as much as possible to be as practical as possible. And I hope that it made some sense. And I hope that what I was trying to show you, you got it. But here's one thing about any platform. You would never know any platform until you spend time on that platform. Nobody ever taught me about LinkedIn. I learned everything that I do on LinkedIn on my own. But because I discovered long ago that it's a very powerful platform that can take me places. There's no way that I can talk about my international exposure and international travel without LinkedIn. There's no way. There's no way. And I was not even I only used paid LinkedIn for the first time last 3 months. I've been on LinkedIn since 2009. I have never used paid LinkedIn. So it's the free version on its own is still a gold mine. Okay, so stop thinking as if, no, I don't have money to pay. No, it's free first. I used it for almost 15 years without ever paying anything. And it helped me, it changed my career. So it can do something for you. You don't need to pay. Except you want to use it in a bigger way that you can then decide to pay if you want to do that. Okay, good. So, questions. My goodness. I have 10 minutes for questions and I'm done. Questions? How do you guys do questions? Yes.
All right. So please, if you have any questions, kindly raise your hands. Thank you so much, Dr. Joybert. Just kindly raise your hand, or you could just drop an I in the chat, and we're going to give you the floor to ask your question, and Dr. Joybert is going to respond to you. Thank you. Yes, please. Mr. Jamin, you have the mic, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Sama, for giving me the floor. Thank you very much, Dr. Joybert and Dr. Yang, for this great insight that you have been able to give an audience like me. I so much use LinkedIn, and I think that it is a platform that actually adds value. It actually adds, a lot of purpose to what I do. And I just wish to find out, as far as searching for maybe a job or optimizing your profile in such a way that a potential employer or someone who really wants to do business with you is concerned. So if I am applying for a job, for example, and I know, of course, it is but important that I tilt my my experiences for the job that I'm searching for. So is it from time to time, or that is it during that period whereby I also need to come to my LinkedIn profile and also optimize it to suit what I'm applying for, just in case the applicant or the employer is using maybe LinkedIn to be able to trace what is on my profile with what is on my CV. So is it like I should always consider the habit of doing that often when I'm applying for a position? Thank you, Doc.
Okay. Good question. Thank you. Now, one thing about job application is that, especially internationally, professionals are always key players in particular industries. So, for example, if you are applying for, let's say you're a project management professionals. There are project managers who focus on tech. There are project managers who focus on non-profit. There are project managers who are in agriculture and all of that. So the main goal is, especially internationally, one thing I've noticed is that people are professionals in a particular sector. So if you are applying for a job, let's be practical. What is your skill set? Let me use you practically. What's your skill set?
Okay, Doc. I'm uh, a public health, or I have a master's in public health, and I'm also into community engagement, and I'm an advocate for NTBs and mental health.
Okay, so you are in healthcare. You're in the healthcare industry and community development, right? So the main thing is, when recruiters are recruiting, they're looking for industry players. So you can be, if your skill set cuts across community development and healthcare stuff and all of that, as long as they can find that skill set and that experience in your profile and in your CV. And many a times, the good thing is your LinkedIn profile can always have more information than your CV actually. So it is better that whatever is in your CV, let them find in your LinkedIn profile, and let your LinkedIn profile now oversell you, because you can write more about yourself on LinkedIn than you can write on your CV. But the point is, whatever they see on your CV, let them see on your LinkedIn profile. That is the point. So it is possible to even have 3 types of CV. You can have a CV that sells you as a community developer, and you can have a CV that sells you as a public health advocate. You can have a CV that sells you as a nurse in a hospital. And whichever CV a recruiter picks and they come on LinkedIn, for example, I have a CV that sells me as a consultant. If you look at the top, you will just see business consultant. That is it, nothing else. But my LinkedIn has more than that. There's another CV that you will see that has me as an agile business analyst. So when I see a contract position or whatever position is that, I send that CV. But when they come on my LinkedIn, they'll see, oh, this guy has other skills. And of course, who doesn't like to work with somebody who is multidimensional and can bring more value to the company? You get it? You get where I'm taking you to? So that's what you should do.
Exactly.
Awesome. Another question? Okay, it seems there are no questions. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for the time and the opportunity to share. And again, I always like to say that anytime you're in a teaching session like this, no matter who is teaching you, always make sure that you do 2 things after each session. Write down the things that you will stop doing because of what you learned in that session, and write down the things that you will start doing based on what you learned from this session. So my question to you is, what will you start doing on LinkedIn because of what you have learned from this session, right? And anybody that you see that is achieving more results, one of the things that makes them different from you is that they are good at executing. Relevant knowledge is useless if you don't go put it to action. All of these things I have shared with you, no matter how beautiful they sound and how great they sound and how they have changed my life, if you don't go execute them immediately, you remain the same. And anybody who executes it would definitely move faster than you. All right, so put it to action, implement it, and you would definitely start seeing changes in your career and whatever you're doing. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great time.
Thank you very much, Dr. Joybert. We are so grateful for the wealth of knowledge that you've shared with us today. and we look forward to our audience, implementing, myself inclusive. I've taken down a lot of notes, to be able to improve on my career and my business. We have Prosper. Prosper has a feedback. Yes, Mr. C Images. Oh, that's not your real name. Yes, you have a feedback. If you have a feedback, you have the mic, please.